let's begin with some big breaking news that we are getting for you at this point in time, and this is about the much-awaited Waqf Amendment Bill. And now we are learning that the government will be tabling the Waqf Bill tomorrow at noon. That's the big news that we are getting for you right now. A short while ago, we had the Business Advisory Committee meeting, and political fireworks, as expected, were witnessed in that meeting as well. That's what we have learned from sources. Sources say that the opposition has demanded a 12-hour debate on the Waqf Bill after it is tabled in the Parliament. Now, viewers, remember, this is the last week of the ongoing budget session of Parliament. 4 days are left, and this is the much-awaited bill. And Pragya, my colleague, is joining us live right now for more on this. Pragya, so there is some clarity. Home Minister Amit Shah confirmed to us right here during Times Now Summit that this very significant bill is going to be tabled in the Parliament in this session of Parliament only. And now we are learning that finally it's coming to the Sansad tomorrow at noon.
Absolutely, and this is a very important and big decision by the government, and that is why they wanted reforms in the Waqf. Now the government has also made it clear that tomorrow they are bringing in Waqf Amendment Bill. There was some debate in the Business Advisory Committee, of which many political parties are also a member. They were wanting a debate on Manipur, they were wanting a debate on EPIC, and there were other issues that they want debate on. But government said that we can give 8 hours for on. Opposition parties said 12 hours on Waqf, and on Manipur, you can have debate another day, which we did not agree to. And on this point, all the opposition parties have walked out of Business Advisory Committee, which was held in the room of Speaker Lok Sabha. So it is given for a fact that opposition parties are going to participate in the Waqf debate, but they are very upset. They are saying there is no point in attending BSE when our voices are not heard. So basically, we will see some kind of opposition from the opposition parties right now, even on Waqf, and also on how BSE has been managed. So all the opposition parties have made it very clear that they are upset that their voices are not being heard, and they say that even if we speak on Waqf in the House, the same thing is going to be repeated. However, they all agreed to be a participant in the debate, and we will see some showdown in the House over the Waqf. We are the Congress and the other opposition parties are very critical of this particular bill.
Right, very interesting details you are bringing to us, Pragya. So at least there is going to be debate on the Waqf Amendment Bill. Opposition is ready to participate in that. Pragya, I also want to understand from you who all from the opposition were there in this BAC meeting that happened just a short while ago, from where you're telling us opposition staged a walkout because opposition was seeking at least 12-hour debate, but the government, I believe, as per your sources, is ready to give only 8 hours for the debate on this.
Yes, Mr. Gaurav Gogoi and Mr. K. Suresh were there from Congress, from Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena, Arvind Sawant and Supriya Sule were there, and Mr. Maran was there from the DMK. They all, and Kalyan Banerjee from TMC. They all walked out of the BSE in the middle of the debate, where the time of the debate, actually BSE is a committee where you decide what is going to happen throughout the week, and they divide the business that is to be discussed in the House. So they were wanting a discussion for 12 hours so that a whole day is restricted and also scheduled for a debate on Waqf, but government said we can have a discussion for 8 hours, and we will bring in discussion on Manipur after that 8 hours, which opposition said no, we want separate debate on Manipur, and the president rule that has been imposed in Manipur, they are saying that we want a separate debate and we want a day and longer debate on that, which government did not agree to. And this is at a point of time where opposition MPs, they all walked out of the BSE saying that we don't agree with what the government is doing. It's undemocratic and parliamentary, and there's no point in speaking to the government when they are not ready to listen to the opposition. These are the charges that have been leveled by Mr. Gogoi and Mr. Kalyan Banerjee as well.
Right. One more question, Pragya, before we let you go, on the kind of opposition unity that we are expected to see on the Waqf Amendment Bill. Did we see representatives from other political parties like the TMC, Samajwadi Party also, in a way agreeing with the demands that were perhaps made by Congress and other political parties in the opposition? Is that something we are likely to see tomorrow too?
Well, you are absolutely right. They were, they are unified at least on the Waqf issue. Both, all the opposition political parties, they are firm on the stand that they do not want Waqf amendment bill. They are against it, and they are going to speak in one language tomorrow. However, the differences of opinion and on the amendments are may vary. In fact, they are different on various counts. But it looks like that they are going to be speaking in one tone, one language tomorrow when the debate on the Waqf will start in the House.
Right. And also, Pragya, I want you to talk to our viewers a little bit about the numbers, that are expected to support the bill, the number of political parties and those who are going to be against it. Can you tell us a little bit about the allies of the BJP in the NDA? What is their stand as far as this Waqf bill is concerned? I was looking at some comments coming in from JDU, Nitish Kumar's JDU, where one of the MPs, in fact, was of the view that they wanted this bill to not be implemented retrospectively, which isn't the case really, something that Home Minister Amit Shah also clarified, at Times Now summit while he was speaking with Navika Kumar. So tell us a little bit about where do the allies of BJP stand within the NDA on this issue, something that Asaduddin Owaisi has also been raising, quite a lot.
Well, where the confusion in the mind of people about allies not supporting this particular bill comes from the fact that JDU also and TDP also has a vote bank, which is a Muslim vote bank, and a large percentage of it. Bihar is also going to the polls, and this is exactly the reason why there is, a doubt in the minds of the people and all the opposition party leaders also whether they are going to support it or not. But we have spoken to two senior ministers in the government who are also, part of the negotiations with all the allies and all. They are saying that there is no point that allies will not vote in favor of it. They are, be it JDU, LJP or TDP, they are, and in fact Shiv Sena, Shinde faction, they are going to support this bill and they are going to vote in the favor of the bill. This is what the senior leaders in the government have told us.
Right. Pragya, I request you to stay on with us. In fact, we have the first reaction coming in from Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress party as well on this BAC meeting. Remember, from the Congress party, he was one of the representatives. Listen in to what he said.
So what has happened in BAC today?
Today, in the BAC meeting, the opposition parties have walked out in the middle of the BAC meeting in protest. Why? Because the government is simply bulldozing its agenda and not listening to the views of the opposition party. We have asked for a comprehensive discussion on the Waqf Amendment Act. Our views are not being listened to. We have asked for a proper time to be allocated for the resolution on the President's rule in Manipur. That we have not been, our advice is not being listened to. We have asked for an important discussion under Rule 193 for epic cards, voter epic cards, and the decisions to link it with Aadhaar. All opposition parties have demanded that. That has not been taken. We asked for important ministries to be taken up for discussion during demand for grants. Defense, external affairs, social justice, urban development. That has not been taken. So completely this house is has become subservient to the government. The house of the people has become subservient to the government. The whims of the political masters can be seen in the BAC meeting. The space is not given to opposition. और इस प्रकार से आज हमने पहली बार इस 2024 के निर्वाचन के बाद पहली बार हम विवश हुए, कोई विकल्प नहीं देखते हुए, without any other option, we had to walk out because they are not giving importance to Manipur, they are not giving importance to Waqf Act, they don't want to talk about voters ID and epic cards, they don't want to talk about social justice, defense, external affairs, simply bulldozing their agenda. This cannot be the house of the party, of one party, of the ruling party. This is the house of the people. And that is why we walked out.
But you participated.
This is very, very sorry state of affairs. that we have been compelled to walk out from the BA committee meeting. This budget session, you know, this two parts, part 1 and part 2. From the very beginning of the budget session, we are asking for discussion under Rule 193, especially on EPIC and other issues are there. Today we have been told where is the time. Now if the BA committee meeting turns into fulfillment of the agenda of the Treasury bench of the government, then what is the use of the meeting of the BA committee? We had to walk out, and we have so many important discussions. EPIC discussion is there, other issues are there, or different states, different issues are there, our state's issues are there. Nothing has been allowed to discuss. Only government agenda, government bill, that will be discussed in the parliament. Parliament floor is equally important for the opposition. Rather, opposition will get more space. But this house has reduced the parliament's dignity and also the time space. This is not for the parliament, is not for the
So that was the first reaction we got from the parliament. First reaction of Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress and Kalyan Banerjee of the Trinamool Congress, and both these leaders in fact said that they were not allowed to keep their views, and that's the reason why they were in fact compelled to come out of the BAC meeting. And we have some breaking news as well coming in right now. Sources tell Times Now that all NDA allies are going to vote in favor of the Waqf Amendment Bill. That's the inside scoop that we are getting for you on the strategy of the NDA as far as this very significant bill is concerned. Let's also explain to you viewers a little bit about the number game here, because that's going to be extremely critical. Tomorrow, finally, it has been decided it will be tabled in the parliament. And let's also tell you the parties that are in favor, the parties that are a little unsure right now. So there you have 293 parties. That's the number game that we are trying to explain to our viewers. 293 are expected to support this much-awaited reform, as BJP has been calling it, the Waqf Amendment Bill. And that includes BJP and almost all the allies of the BJP, be it Shiv Sena, JDS, Apna Dal, RLD, JDU, TDP, etc. Then there are many who are against it, and largely it is the opposition, in fact, that has come together. So while the opposition, in fact, was divided on a number of issues in the recent past, this issue, viewers, has once again brought the opposition together. Now they are all vehemently opposing the Waqf Amendment Bill. We already had seen a trailer coming in with the kind of reactions that we were getting from leaders of the AIMIM, Samajwadi Party, the Congress Party, CPI, etc. And here, this is how the numbers are looking like. 236 are expected to vote against as far as this particular bill is concerned, which includes 99 MPs of the Congress Party, the largest there, followed by the Samajwadi Party with 37 MPs, TMC, DMK, CPI, CPIM, AIMIM, NCP, the Sharad Pawar faction. All of them, viewers, have in fact come together to oppose it. And also there are, at least there is one party that is Sena, the UBT faction. Which way is the UBT faction going to, vote, whether it will support the NDA here or it will be part of the opposition? Of course, vote bank for any political party in a situation like this becomes extremely important. So we still do not know which way Shiv Sena, the UBT, Uddhav Thackeray faction is going to vote, and the numbers are also pretty strong here, 9, and that will be interesting to see. But so far, remember viewers, we have seen how the AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has been raising questions on the unity of the NDA as well. Here he's been taking names of leaders such as Jayant Chaudhary, Chirag Paswan, Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar. And he has been saying that going forward, if they support the Waqf Amendment Bill, then they will not be able to face their own vote bank. The Muslims, according to Asaduddin Owaisi, will not support these leaders in their respective states. So they say it's going to be a litmus test for these parties as well, for these leaders who are allies of the BJP in the NDA. Let me straight away now go across to to my colleague Pragya, who continues to be live with us for more on this particular story. Pragya, we were just trying to explain the numbers here, the number game as far as Waqf Amendment Bill is concerned. It definitely looks more comfortable for the Bharatiya Janata Party, for the NDA per se. But we also heard what the opposition netas like Gaurav Gogoi and Kalyan Banerjee had to say about the BAC meeting, what happened in there, like you were telling us. So what is going to be their strategy for tomorrow now?
Well, the strategy is very simple. Government wants a debate and wholesome debate on this amended bill. They would want everyone to speak on whether what are the oppositions that they have on this particular bill. Now, government is of the view that this bill is for pro-poor Muslims and also for women who have not been given a share in the property, and there have been disputes as well. Many of the senior leaders of the BJP have been saying that this Waqf bill is actually, a formula and also an instrument for many of the landlords to grab the land, including the government land. So everyone would want to see what are the oppositions of the government. Government is of the view that they want to expose the opposition via this debate, because they would want them to oppose this particular bill on certain amendments which are for the poor of this particular Muslim community. Now, a strategy of the opposition is also very clear. They would obviously point, to the government that this bill is particularly made by the government to ensure that they grab the land of the Waqf, that they take over all the Waqf land, and they would want it in the government possession as well. So this is the fear mongering that opposition has been doing, which government alleged that they are telling the Muslim community that your lands will be, snatched by the government. So obviously the strategy is very clear. Opposition will oppose it, and the government will try to, debate why is this opposition, and if there were any opposition, those points have been in fact dealt with by the ministry and by many experts in the JPC as well.
Right.
So let's see, it's going to be very interesting, but there is going to be some kind of showdown tomorrow when there is going to be a debate over this particular
It's
bill.
not really going to be easy. That's what we can confirm for our viewers. It's going to be quite a turbulent session in the parliament tomorrow, the remaining few days that are left for this session to get over. Pragya, stay on with us. In fact, viewers, the government is also finding more support from prominent groups in the society for its bill, whether it is the Chishti of Ajmer Dargah or Catholic bishops. All agree that certain provisions of the existing Waqf law are unconstitutional and need to be done away with for the sake of transparency and justice. Now let's take you through, in fact, the excerpts of what Catholic Bishops Conference of India wrote in its letter on the Waqf reforms. They say that certain provisions of Act are unconstitutional. Apart from that, they say in Kerala, 600 Munambam families are suffering today. Only legal amendment can really provide solutions. So they are of the view that people who are supposed to benefit from Waqf boards and what they do, some section of the minority community also is suffering, and that's why amendments, that's why a reform is the need of the hour. They have urged parties to adopt unbiased approach in this particular case. They also are of the view that legislators must have constructive stand. And debate is the only solution in a case like this. And they say that people of Munambam must get back the land. Because remember, viewers, we have seen a number of stories of Waqf land loot, Waqf Qabza, that leads to many people being at the receiving end. The victims of Waqf Qabza, we all have reported on right here on Times Now. And that's why the Catholic Bishops Conference of India is of the view that principles of Samvidhan must be in fact amended, rights of minorities must be safeguarded, and that is something which is the need of the hour. Listen in to this first reaction.
People have been staying there for decades. Hundreds of families, they have been staying there for decades. They have purchased that land. They have got all the legal documents to prove that. And yet the Waqf Board of Kerala has claimed that land.
Let's now go across to my colleague Arpita joining us live right now for more on this. Arpita, it's interesting that, there are certain bodies, especially from Kerala, which have come out in support also because there are some issues that, do need to be sorted out, and they feel that perhaps the reform in the Waqf boards is the need of the hour. What is it that the people of this area where you are right now have to say?
Well, I am here coming live from Manambam, where hundreds of people stay here. 610 families precisely stay here, and they claim that since 2019, the Waqf board has been claiming that the property where they are staying right now, the Waqf board has claimed that it is their property, and they've asked them to relocate to another place. And I am being joined by few residents who stay here. I'll ask them what are... Sir, you have been protesting here since last 171 days against the Waqf board's thing that they have said to relocate. What do you have to say on that?
Actually, 171 days is the things which we started a hunger strike. We've been protesting for the past 4 years. So as part of, I think it's a part of a big conspiracy. This organization, which is called Waqf Board, has done an invasion on our place, which they have claim that this is a Waqf property, which is absolutely a false statement. So we are part of this fisherman fraternity, because since 2022 we have been banned from all our civil rights, such as tax paying and everything. So right now we live like a open jail. We live like in a place without a fault which we have never done.
What is the Farooq College Authority saying from where you have bought the land?
Farooq College, according to this, the Farooq College they have the right to sell a property. Whoever has the right to sell a property, which organization has a right to sell a property in India, they sold the property to us. We bought it for them at a very high price during that age, like around 36 years ago. And we were paying, and in 2019 this happened.
Sir, आप कितने टाइम से यहाँ पे रह रहे हो?
मैं इधर 35 साल हो गया. हमारा families, ancestors here near about 200 years ago staying here.
आप कितना होपफुल हो कि कल का बिल टेबल हो जाएगा तो आपके लिए एक रिलीफ हो जाएगा?
ये हमारा ये लोकसभा में पास हो जाएगा, बाद राज्यसभा में पास हो गया ये बिल लो आएगा तो हमारा प्रॉब्लम पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा.
So this is what the residents are saying here. They've been staying here since years, and now their only hope is tomorrow's bill.
Right.
They are planning to celebrate if the bill is tabled in the parliament tomorrow, and if this gets passed, then these residents are going to celebrate their years of protest and agony. They will get some relief from the protest that they have been doing here since ages.
All right, Arpita, for now, thank you very much for joining us and getting us those inputs on the story. With this, we will slip into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Don't go anywhere.